Okay, so we're going to be working on chapter 4. I'll share my screen and I'll bring over one of the questions we're going to look at. Let's share the screen. And so we're dealing with graphing and plotting and a whole bunch of nonsense like that. And we'll start with just the concept of this coordinate system we're going to talk about. And to start with, we're going to deal with what they call ordered number pairs. I'll actually type that in so you can read it. And basically, all they mean by ordered number pairs is a situation where they're always going to give us the two numbers, but it's always going to be the x value first and the y value next. And on this system, x is always the horizontal axis, and y is always the vertical axis, only because that's the way they've chosen to make it. And it's too late to argue with them. So let's take a look at our grid or coordinate system. We're going to have two axes. And this one over here is always going to be the x-axis. And this one is always going to be the y-axis. And depending on the numbers we're dealing with, we have to create some kind of a scale down here. But we can see we're not dealing with large numbers. So A here, we have 3 and 3, meaning we've got to go 1, 2, 3 on the x-axis, and 1, 2, 3 on the y-axis. And then depending on whether we're working on graph paper, how careful we can be, we got to find that point. So that's the point represented by the ordered number pair, 3 and 3. There's another one here, -4, -4. So again, x is 1, 2, 3, 4, because this is always going to be the positive direction. This is going to be negative. So this is -4. On the y-axis, going up is positive. This is going to be negative. And we're at -4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. -4. And so the point represented by -4 and -4 would be somewhere like here. Oh, well, we don't want to. We can just call it point B. So they've given us point C, which is -3. So on the x-axis, we're at -3. And you don't have to fill in all the numbers on the axes, but always fill in the numbers you're using. So -3, but +4. So we've got to be at a +4. And so this would be the point C. And then we've got +2. So here we're +2 on the x-axis and -4 on the y-axis. So this would be the point represented by D. And then they've given us -3. So we've already got a -3 and 0. So we're right on the axis. So this point here would be point E. And then they've given us 0. So x is 0 and -2. So this would be the point represented by F. So that's this coordinate system where always x is the horizontal axis, y is the vertical axis, the ordered number pairs. X is always first, y is always second, and this is positive and negative, and then positive down here, and negative down here, sorry, and positive up here. And you always want to make sure you label your axes and label all the numbers you're actually using. Okay, so that's basically question 1 in the math questions we'd like to consider for chapter 4. I'll save that.